Sora was supposed to replace Hollywood entirely, backed by billions of dollars and thoroughly unprecedented processing power. But every second of high-fidelity video generated by Sora's models consumed a staggering amount of electricity and specialized hardware cycles. The raw computing cost to produce even one sequence was high enough to bankrupt the traditional production budget. Months after the initial hype, the public release remained elusive, and early enthusiasm from creative industries cooled into skepticism. Even infinite computational capacity would provide no advantage in the context of a flawed production model. The assumption that the economics would magically work out to provide returns comparable to traditional methods was shattered when the audience began to refer to the product as AI slop, quickly and easily produced but unengaging. The videos failed to generate the views or subscriptions needed to pay for the resources they consumed. The inability to recoup these costs isn't a temporary bug, but a structural failure in the way AI tries to generate value for humans. The lack of a viable commercial rollout suggests the technology in its current form is unable to produce anything the market actually wants to pay for. To understand the lack of return on investment, we have to look upstream into the technical processes. Generative AI tries to predict the most optimal next pixel or word in a sentence based on rules extracted from datasets. Is this statistical approach likely to consistently produce engaging content? Researchers have long been chasing a mathematical explanation for why a video goes viral. Yet an algorithm for creating viral content remains completely out of reach. The it factor that drives virality seems to exist well outside the boundaries of statistical inference. Generative AI models can only induce engagement by accident and briefly, if at all. Selections of engaging sequences by human editors for the final cut help, but do not solve the problem, a core limitation of the entire methodology. If the statistics are perfect, but the audience is bored, what might the missing variable in AI's model be? Critics have long suggested that one vector driving the success of stories and films is empathy, a personal connection to a character or plot. Creating a video that holds viewers' attention long enough to be profitable requires access to circuitry in the prefrontal cortex that no machine has or can emulate yet. It requires a sense of self. We respond to human expression because it resonates with our own experience. Engendering empathy may be a hidden requirement for virality and cannot be acquired through training from a dataset. While we are on the topic of a lack of empathy, let's discuss the CEOs sitting at the very top of the AI pyramid. They operate within the confines of a specific worldview and may believe that every human trait, including creativity, is just another math or business problem. Their focus on scaling compute power has led to a critical glitch in their thinking, a disconnect from how people actually relate to art. Because their models prioritize statistical patterns, they could not foresee that a lack of empathy or connection might render their most expensive output worthless. Empathy is not a metric that can be optimized or bought with server space. Even emulations of it by real human beings are unconvincing to most of us. While AI struggles to find a purpose, human-created art remains the primary driver of both cultural meaning and financial value. AI video remains economically non-viable because absolute computing power can never successfully synthesize the fire humans have.